All right, everybody, welcome back. Episode 5 of the Social Game podcast. It's a very special Valentine's Day edition. We got Michele in her red sweatsuit in the honor of Valentine's Day. Before we get going, I just want to remind you to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, watch us on YouTube. You know, you don't want to miss any of the greatness that happens on this couch.
Subscribe, like, and share to the Social Game podcast on Spotify and iTunes.
And if you're wondering who that special
Why
guest
is there a
is,
male's
who
voice?
didn't wait for our intro, so already we're off the rails, that is my boyfriend joining us today, Mr. Devin Walker.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Saint Valentine actually was kind of a D-bag. So,
Yeah.
Really?
no,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think
No,
so.
yes.
I'm not
You
sure.
know the story? I don't know. Please enlighten
well,
us on this
Total shot in the
podcast.
dark.
One Valentine's Day, I did do like a bunch of research, and then like I did like a drunk explanation of all of it, and it's one of those things that I just haven't kept in my brain. But I would say Google it. I think there is some messed up
Some
shit
tea?
that went down. Pretty sure.
This was last Valentine's Day you looked this up?
No, it must have been 2 or 3 because I was in my old apartment in my bed being like, and Valentine.
Yeah, absolute sham.
yeah.
Hallmark holiday.
Exactly.
I have a question for you guys before you have some questions for me. Do you have a name for your listeners?
Oh, like what we would call them, like our fan club type thing?
Yeah, because I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Already coming in with the suggestions. He did his own intro.
Yeah.
Now his suggestions.
You know, he's boyfriend of the podcast. He's
okay.
entitled.
Yeah. So, are you
Let's
guys,
hear it. Let's hear it.
Are you guys? Well, A, do you have a name for them?
No, we haven't really
No.
thought about that.
No.
Okay. How do you like the socialites?
I
Not
mean,
gonna
I
lie.
love the social.
That's great.
Let's go, baby.
Let's mark it down.
That's pretty good. Damn, Devin.
I know. I'm
Put
coming
you
in-
on the payroll.
I'm coming in with fire right off the rip. I actually only agreed to do this for a monetary sum, so technically I am.
It's the 2 beers in your hand right now.
I
provided by
technically
the show.
am actually on the payroll already, but you heard it here first. Thanks for tuning in, socialites. Happy to have you here, and happy Valentine's Day.
If you're a socialite, comment below.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Hashtag socialite. Hashtag Valentine's Day. Hashtag Devin on the Social Game podcast. Hashtag Devin's Valentine's Day Social Game podcast.
Wow.
Hashtag, please stop so we can start.
Fair
You know
enough.
that hashtags don't even work anymore? Did you hear this? It was
Oh
just
my
a
God,
video.
really?
Someone just like papped, I don't know if that's the right word, but like Instagram
Certainly can't be.
founder, and he was like,
Certainly
yeah,
couldn't be.
hashtags don't work anymore.
Wow.
That like breaking news right here.
I've
For
never
all
been
our socialites.
I've never been one to hashtag unless it's like really ironically. So I don't.
So that
feel-
still works in this situation.
Yeah.
Hashtags.
Right. So we haven't been affected by this change.
Have absolutely no effect. Hashtag not affected. Hashtag couldn't be us.
Yeah, couldn't be us. Not today.
Oh my God.
All right, great. Well, if you
Hashtag
guys,
has lost all meaning.
I'm good with the pre-pod. If you guys want to get rolling and introduce me, then
Well, I think you've introduced yourself.
Yeah. I'm sitting here in a bejeweled red sweatsuit, just excited to have my boyfriend on the pod to show you guys what it is like to date Devin.
day in and day out.
All right, so this
Day
is
in
not
and day
your
out.
first Valentine's Day, or it is?
It's our first Valentine's Day together.
It's,
wow.
it's my first Valentine's Day ever. I've never celebrated it with anyone else because they weren't worthy, and that's.
But Michelle's worthy.
And that's a quote that you socialites can take to the bank. Hashtag first Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually are. Cheers,
She-
babe.
oh,
Oh, you can cheers us.
That's okay.
You're like in it. You're like our third. Don't tell Gabby.
well. I just got to sign that role, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't-
Consent is key.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And me and Devin.
Jeez Louise.
We did say we'd have to discuss that. So sidebar.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, on our PG podcast, as discussed
Yeah,
previously.
unbelievable.
So let's talk about your PG Valentine's Day plans. Do you guys have anything? Are you surprising each other? Like, this is early relationship, so you kind of got to kill it.
Well, I don't think we have actually any like. We're not going to do anything for each other, but we're going to the Bahamas and we're staying at Valentine's Resort on Harbor Island for Valentine's Day. So
Aw.
we're
Yeah.
staying at Valentine's on Valentine's, but I think it's just going to be regular day in the office, right?
Well, I had a whole like message written in the sand planned, but apparently we're going to have another day in the office. So I guess.
Just another day.
Michele, you got a couple days to figure this out.
I guess my plans are shit, and I should quit. No, I think, we're just going to kind of post up on the beach.
Nice.
Hang and bang. Can I say that?
You certainly can. And
Hashtag hang and bang.
Can I say hashtag hang and bang? Or
I think so. And that does sound like a great plan to me. I let him pick out my swimsuit. So
Yeah.
Very nice.
he got to choose my Valentine's swim outfit. And he'll be wearing a Speedo, which I didn't choose. But
yeah, no spoilers. I think Speedo may come up later in the pod.
Oh, really?
Wink, wink.
Why are you winking on a podcast?
Speedos was like the last thing I thought
Clickbait.
we'd
Ever
talk
heard of
about.
it? I think my Speedo may make an appearance later on the pod,
Oh, man.
if you know what I mean.
I certainly hope
Clickbait.
so. Clickbait.
Clickbait.
Are you really a Speedo guy?
Yeah, I wear them.
Yeah.
What happened in your life to make you a Speedo guy?
What went right, you mean?
You love the Speedo?
I love it. The more thigh I get of
Okay.
Devin, the better.
Yeah.
Should I drop my favorite?
Thighs out for
my
the guys.
favorite. I once insulted Brandon so badly on the beach.
No.
Oh,
Because
nice.
my main ick about men is their thighs.
Wow, that's interesting.
I really don't like man thighs. No, sorry, Devin. It's they're so white compared to the rest of their
Well,
body.
Devin's aren't.
Mine aren't.
That's why you have the Speedo. You know
Yeah.
what? That's what I've been missing with men this whole time.
I learned quickly pale thighs are an ick.
Yeah.
And I said, not on me.
Wow.
I won't allow it.
Someone figured it out.
Yeah,
but
my
that's
boat's
my
called
biggest ick.
my boat is called the Titanic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It truly is. And here's the thing: you asked
And
me
it
why I
rides
wear.
nice and smooth.
Yeah, 100%. You want to? If anyone's interested in going 12 mph,
That's almost throw up count one on this podcast.
if anybody likes going 12 mph and cruising, I'm your guy.
Yep.
Yeah. If
And
that's
you are
your
my
number,
guy.
yeah. If that's your number, like going nice and slow down the river.
12
Down the river?
mph. Is this a little rowboat?
Yeah, down the river,
No,
Jordan.
it's a pontoon.
Oh, okay.
So
I know what you're talking about.
Devin's smoking cigarettes, drinking beers, and I'm in the back tanning and reading my book, and that's our life in the summer.
It truly is. Now, I'd like to circle back to a question that you asked, and you said, Devin, why on
I
earth
didn't ask you any questions.
would
I don't
you
think yet.
would
I
you
haven't
wear?
gotten to
Yeah,
questions
I
would
asked
you-
about the origin of the
Yeah,
why did
origin
you,
of the
what
Speedo.
happened to you to become a Speedo guy?
So, short answer, quick answer. I have an absolute cannon dump truck set of cheeks and elite thighs.
okay.
And it would be a disservice, truly, to art as a subject if I weren't to sport a look that emphasized those traits. And that's the
can't
answer.
argue with that.
you can hold me
No,
to.
you can try to argue with it. You can try, but
Can give it a shot. Happy to debate you. Happy to debate.
You
I
can
already made my feelings on men thighs known.
check his OnlyFans, guys.
Happy
like,
to
subscribe.
debate.
Right after the socialites like and subscribe our podcast, you could head right onto his OnlyFans to see his cans, and I get to see them every day. Blessed be.
Right after we tickle those earbuds, you can get your eyes painted. That didn't work. We're going to revisit that. Moving on.
Oh, now you're ready for our questions.
Yeah, I'd love to
now
start.
that you've sunk your own ship with that terrible analogy.
Now that I've sunk the Titanic. No, bad joke. It'll never
All right.
sink. It's unsinkable.
All right, let's do this.
I guess I'm curious. I came into your life only recently, and Devin's always been here. What was what you guys were friends before? What flipped the switch? When were you we're gonna date for realsies? Was it when you saw him in a Speedo?
No, well, so when I first met him, truly one of the first times I've ever met him, he was in a Speedo. And it was love
True.
at first sight, really. I mean, it was my birthday on Spies, Lies, and Allies. He was in a relationship, so it wasn't like that. Well, it was like that for me, but not for him. So I decided to trap him into being my partner and, harassing him into the place that we are now. But basically, for my birthday, it was me and Logan's birthday, and he did a little striptease situation.
No, it wasn't Logan.
I thought that was
It
more
certainly
recent.
was Logan. No, that was season 37. It was Spies, Lies,
I
and
saw that
Allies.
on like Twitter the other day. You were
And
doing a dance.
yes,
for
it was
her.
me and Logan. I know for a fact he's
It
May
was
4th.
Logan?
Yes, he's May 4th. I'm May 5th. We were both rookies. Devin did a striptease.
Interesting.
And Devin took off a sock, flung it, and it hit me in the face. And I said, and he was in a Speedo, and I said,
Pelted her.
it's love.
Yeah, pelted her with a sock, with a wet pool sock.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's what did it.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, a few
again,
other
Unorthodox methods,
A
but
few other things.
it worked.
again, with an ass like this and thighs to match, you'll take a sock to the dome on your B-day.
Yeah.
First meet, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay? People are lining up down the block
Yeah, it
for
was
that type of treatment.
Quite the gift. Quite the gift. No,
Mm-hmm.
but
But you guys were like
we-
you were like a friends
yeah,
first
we
kind
were
of vibe.
friends. We were friends. Like, I think we...
Friends first kind of vibe.
Yeah, definitely. We talked a lot, and just in a friendly way. He was in a relationship, and then honestly, when we really started talking, he was not in a relationship. He had been out of it, but he had banned and completely decided he swore off all women. And so I knew I really had no hope.
That is completely inaccurate.
That's 100% accurate.
I had not sworn off all women.
You swore them off for dating.
I wasn't going to have
Taking a
another
break.
girlfriend ever.
Yeah.
Ever,
So
yeah.
sworn off women.
Wow,
sworn
Michele,
off-
you really
sworn off girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Sworn off girlfriends.
some power you have then, Michele.
Yeah, well, you know, you end up
What's
in a,
her Speedo equivalent that did it for you? Or wet sock
What
equivalent?
is her Speedo equivalent? And,
You know what I mean? Like, that
and
was the
what
moment
a
where Michele was
topical
like, yeah.
and poignant question.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with Michelle's Speedo equivalent has got to be,
I'm so scared.
well, I want it to be an article of clothing, and I want it to be sweatsuits. It isn't. I want it
For
to
the
be.
socialites, we want that.
I want it to be, but it's not. Hashtag get your socialite sweatsuit at the link below. What I would say is probably her crosswords.
Yeah.
That's so wholesome.
Yeah, I think Michelle's crosswords really got me because it's quality time. You get to see how somebody's brain work. Crosswords are sex on paper. They're essentially an
I don't
erotic
think anybody's
novel.
ever said that.
Crosswords are essentially an erotic novel. And I know, and she is a sucker for like a sexy fairy book.
I do love a fairy book.
No way.
Loves-
You like romance novels?
Not romance.
but it
like-
has to be fairy themed?
No. It's like it's
What do they call it? What do
specifically
you call it?
fantasy.
Fantasy, yeah.
It's like that deep fantasy,
Fantasy,
romantasy.
smutty
It's romantasy.
fantasy.
Yes,
Romantasy.
Yeah.
romantasy. Yeah, it's like slutty
With some
fairy
smut,
porn.
though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
smut.
smut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Happy
it.
Valentine's
I
Day.
love it,
Happy
yeah. If you're not
Valentine's
reading
Day.
ACOTAR, if you're not reading Throne of Glass, if you're
Throne of Glass. Everyone was reading that at Ponderosa, I think.
Yeah,
Is that
if
right,
you're-
Brandon?
if
The
I was like,
pizza
not-
place?
no. Well,
Fourth Wing, if you're not up on your fairy porn, your
This was like a-
dragon
so-
fantasy, if you're not captured by a witch in some way, then you're not really living.
this sounds like a light bestiality.
If you're not up on your dragon porn, is something my
People were
girlfriend
reading this,
said
like-
on her podcast. I just
Yeah.
like to point that out.
Yeah.
That's a direct quote.
And you know what? I stand
Yeah.
by it. It's the perfect thing to pick up for Valentine's Day. If you're here and you don't know what to get for your girlfriend, your boyfriend,
If you're single and you'd like to remain that way, head over to your local bookstore and look for Throne of Glass.
and then also pick up a nice crossword puzzle because apparently that's sex on paper.
on paper.
No, but I will say, like, I always bring a crossword into the challenge house, and I do like to collaborate on crosswords. I think a lot of people think of them as a solo thing, but people know things that you don't. Like, I don't know sports. There's always a few sports
That was
questions in there.
groundbreaking.
Like, there's always, I'm not good at actors or actresses. Turns out he's not either, so we're gonna shut out on that one. But
Nope.
like, you find, your niche. I'm good at spelling. He's maybe not so much, but he's like quicker.
Actually, can barely read.
Yeah. So like, I find, yeah.
Truly can't.
Stop. Yes,
Couldn't
you
read till
can.
I was 16. True story.
Yeah.
Ask me to spell socialite right now. I'll butcher it. Can't.
Okay, how do you spell social?
Hit it.
Actually,
I won't be able to. Actually,
If you
can't.
can, we're gonna make you a custom Speedo that says social.
S-O, well, this could be how you guys spell socialites, which is interesting. Now, I don't know if there's a Y or an I in there. I think
So
there could
spell
be
social.
two. Okay, well, I'm working on it. S-O-C-I-L. That part I have.
what?
No?
No.
No. Oh.
That's my brother who's
Okay.
watching this.
S-O-C-I-A-L. So, and then I think it's YTES.
No.
YT, that is correct.
I think it's ITES.
There's no Y.
There's no Y?
I think
There's
it's
100% no Y.
SOCIALITES. I'm pretty sure.
You're being booed by the audience.
Yeah, we've got Michelle's brother here, and he is booing us.
No, I'm not. I agree with Devin.
That's right.
This is biased.
Yes, baby. All right. Well, anyways.
Well, if you didn't know, I went to Yale.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
yeah.
you finally
Yeah.
Listen, we,
So how do you
we
spell-
forgot to address this.
how do you spell socialites?
SOCIALITE. Socialite.
I think that's correct.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway,
I mean, a Y always adds a little flair. Like a
a
Y
Y
in place of an I.
but like, why would you're saying
I
like
would
light
love
like as an
to talk about
LYTE?
Ys.
Like it's
I love Y.
electrolytes.
I love the word Y.
The way you just spelled it.
Okay, we'll change
Okay.
it.
All right, Joe. Thank you for your input. Now you can sit down and enjoy the podcast like the rest of the socialites.
Like the rest of the social. Why don't we, maybe we could spell it like that.
Well,
to
let's
be a
just
little
talk about
crafty.
the letter Y for a little while. Let's talk about its versatility. Okay,
Wow.
let's
And-
talk about how it's one of the only letters that imitates a street, that has a street named after it, like a fork in the road is a
That-
Y.
no one calls it a Y,
There's
though.
S turns. Hello.
Okay.
There's
Turns.
C. There's K. You're
Okay.
wrong. There's
All right.
a lot.
What's the C one? I don't know. If I
C,
know.
C
If
curves?
I keep getting called out,
curve?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
no,
walk
curve
off
Cs?
set. Okay, I'm done
Off
with
set.
this.
detours.
Let's talk
That's
about
D, right?
Y's.
All right, let's talk about Y's.
What
But
else
why?
you gotta say
But the
about
question
Ys?
is why? Why?
They're
Why are we still talking about this?
they're a consonant and a vowel sometimes.
You just.
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna let that slide? He said it's a continent.
No, he's a consonant.
Are you sure?
No, I said continent.
He did say continent.
Yeah, there's 8 continents.
No.
Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, South America, Antarctica, and Y.
That's 7. And you're missing.
Anyway.
And Africa. And Africa. And Y. 8.
Obviously.
The
It's
8 one
not
is
all
the
Well, you
correct,
know what?
but you know
Okay.
what? We're not here for that. This
So
is not, are you serious?
so I want to explain. Okay, so the origin of how we got here was asking how we ended up getting together. It does have to do with crosswords, and it does have to do with we were on the show, trapped in a house. Let's be honest, and like we already had feelings for each other. We had went on a date, our first technical date, January 25th, before we went on the show. So we were already sort of seeing each other
Of 23.
of 2024.
24.
Okay.
2024. But we had been out a few times in 2023, I think, as well. But like technically, he said like first date, I'm coming to Hoboken. We're gonna have a first date, and so I went into the season not really knowing like what that meant for us. 'cause
Well,
we
let's
were-
dive into that date a little bit because
Okay.
I like that you used the word first. And it was our first date, and my life was threatened no less than 4 times, none by you. So pretty much what happened was we went on a date, and then Michelle was like, well, we're going to go meet our friends. And then they formed a single file line, and they each came up to me and said, if you break her heart, we'll break your neck. And then the next one would come up and say, if you hurt her, I'll kill you.
Right.
And they just cycled through.
Right.
And so by the end of the date, I said to myself, well, I do value my life. And I think I'm going to opt out. It
Yeah.
doesn't, the risk reward's not here because it's ending in death in a lot of these scenarios.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I'm
Yeah.
actually going to head out.
Yeah, my friends are very protective of me.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
But
That's nice.
I
Yeah.
mean, then
Oh, nice for her.
I went to go visit. I went to go visit him. Then we entered the show, and it truly was like, well, where are we? Like, where do we stand? He knew that he was gonna die, and my friends would kill him if like we entered into it and it wasn't like for real.
Okay, for the
real.
record, I just want to say directly to all your friends and everyone listening, none of you could kill me. Even if you snuck up on me,
I could definitely
I'm
kill you.
coming out alive.
I could definitely kill you.
There's no shot.
Yeah, I would poison.
Okay. you
Happy
could poison
Valentine's
me.
Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day,
Jesus.
everybody. Michelle's friends could never kill me.
They could definitely kill you.
They couldn't kill
What
me.
about a pack of them?
Michelle's friends couldn't kill
Like
me
several of 'em.
if they all teamed up.
No.
Why?
If they all teamed up and snuck attack me, I
the
would.
most dangerous
I'm
friend?
still walking out of there.
Are you kidding me? You don't think
Okay.
Veronica would kill you?
All right, Veronica. Okay, Kimmy, you're in the other room. You could never kill me. Okay, I'm staying alive. Good luck.
Happy Hunger Games.
I feel
Good luck, everyone.
I feel very confident that my friends could easily murder you, but that's besides the point. So basically, we went into just to continue this thing on the rails.
You're still
we went
listening.
into the show. We really had no idea what was going to happen, and then we were just like, all right, let's get on the same page here, and that page that we flipped was to be together, and then here we are, a year later.
So on the show is when it became a fish.
Yes. Well, yes. And
I love that you love to abbreviate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for noticing that.
That's one of my favorite things
my
that people
God.
do, and you are on fire with it. A
Fire with
fish?
Jeff Probst, baby. Let's go.
Don't start talking to me about a fish because I'll get fired up.
I'll keep
If we start-
breathing all day.
If we start a breathing, I might stop breathing.
Breathing.
I like rhyming. I like doing abbreviation rhymes.
Is this fun for you, Michelle?
I like doing
it's-
abbrev rhymes.
It's
We're
yeah,
taking it to the
sure.
next level.
So-
Sure. I mean, all day
Take me to court.
with Devin is
File charges.
variations. It's variations of him saying things and then like sort of
You
Like
said
def-
hundo before we started. I say hundo P.
I say Hundo P all the time.
Yeah, I say hundo P Entertainment. It's an entertainment group I started in my head. So
In
if
your head,
someone,
okay.
if someone says something I agree with, I'll go, yeah, hundo P
Hundo
Entertainment.
P. Okay,
Right.
so that's like the opposite of abbreviation, kind
No,
of, but I
it's-
kind of like
yeah.
it.
Right, yeah,
It's
no,
an
exactly. It's on
extension.
the same line.
Same vibes.
Yeah,
but
same
different,
vibe.
Different, different execution.
If someone does something that I think's okay, I'll say Decerona,
What?
like decent.
Oh, Decerona.
But it's a
Sometimes me and
it's
Gabby
a liqueur I enjoy, so I'll just say Decerona.
All right.
Like Dece.
Dece.
Yeah,
We'll do the Lil Jon. Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow. Wait, could you do that one more time?
Yeah, I think you should do it.
No, I'd like it if you did.
Now I feel uncomfortable doing it again.
I feel uncomfortable in general, so I don't know.
I'm kind of like hoping to make
Oh,
you
that's
as uncomfortable as possible.
That's
right
interesting
now.
because I don't know if I've ever been more comfortable.
I feel like we're bonding so much right now.
I am just here in the middle, flipping my head back and forth, like what
you have
is
the worst.
happening?
You have the worst seat in the house.
Yeah,
You have the worst seat in the house.
yeah.
Yeah, you're caught in a crossfire here,
I'm
Yeah.
trying so hard.
You're caught in the cross.
or as we like to say it, the crossfire.
cross.
Yeah, caught in the crossfire. Yeah, not a big deal.
That's a hard one to
I
alleviate.
this is truly so difficult for me because here's the thing. A lot of the times, the best thing that you could do with Devin is to try to keep him, just kind of smother the energy that he's giving right now, and you're flaming it.
Yeah.
You're like you're
Fanning
fanning the
it.
flame. You're fanning
Fanning
the
the
flame.
fire.
Uh-huh.
And so the thing is now he feels
I've
that he can
emboldened
keep-
him
yes.
to just.
She's FDFing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fanning the flame. FTFing. What he loves more than anything.
I can't even keep
More
up
than
with what you're dripping right
anything.
now. All right.
Don't start my engine.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Don't
and
start
now
my
we have,
engine.
and so
I'm
living
here.
in
I'm doing
fear.
this
Lock
for the
me up.
socialites, you
Yeah.
know?
Lock me up.
I would love to.
You try on a regular basis.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day. It's one of our kinks.
Oh,
Don't be talking about
that's a common one. That's okay.
Don't be talking about it.
Let me talk about our kinks.
You don't want to talk about it?
God, good Lord.
Michelle is as red as her sweatsuit
think
right
this-
here.
Yeah, Michelle's face has adopted her sweatshirt color
This
at
is
this
a good
stage
time
of the
for
interview.
us to wrap up the podcast. We've actually made this a shortened episode.
Then we're done.
A nice 10-minute epi, and we're going to send you on your way because you guys have loved ones to get to.
You
So
think this has
it's
been
real.
10 minutes? Try 25.
This has been 10 minutes of abbreviations only.
Yeah. You think we've only been on for 10? We've been rambling for better half a half hour.
Okay,
Unbelievable.
Michelle looks miserable.
I will say that we have had a lot of discussions about him explaining things and maybe kind of lightening the explanations of things. But here, it seems that you're kind of leaning into that.
Well, here's the thing about mansplaining.
So are you a big mansplainer?
Well, I'd like to explain how I feel about it.
Please cut me off.
Here's the thing about mansplaining, okay?
I'd love to know. I'd love
Please
to know.
mansplain to me. Actually,
Oh, baby.
No, truly, I did ask him, please stop
Hey, Joe, you think you
explaining.
can grab me an all-day IPA, please?
Yeah.
you already finished the two?
Yeah, I took a couple down. Take me to court.
You finished too?
Yeah. Time for number 3.
Okay. Here's the thing. I had a conversation with him. Please stop. I know we're gonna play a game later, and there's a question there about whatever. Anyways, I asked him, please when you think you need to explain something to me, whatever you think the cutoff for that is, cut it off way sooner. Like there's a limit of how much explaining that there needs to be done.
Right. And just like kind of like plot details when I ask you like what a movie was like, I don't need to know the main character's hair color.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
sometimes
which is
that's
fair.
relevant, but you have to picture it in your head. You have to really frame the scene.
Yeah. I'm like, what's up with the book you're reading? Well, she's like, well,
There's fairies.
let me
No, I
tell
started
you.
at the beginning.
Would you like this to be cold?
No, thank you. Warm room temp for me, please.
Is there a cold one in there?
No, there is not.
Room temp,
I would have put it in the fridge and got
room temper bust.
Oh, it's okay, Joe. Thank you. You did a good job, bud.
Cheers.
Love that.
Hoorah.
Cheers.
Hoorah.
I do explain too much, but now I will say that I just like to cut you off for 1 second.
Well, maybe I can help with this, I've had a relationship for 10 years, so I think
Michelle
I can help you
asks
too?
questions about the podcasts that I'm listening to, and they're all like math or science related podcasts. So she'll be like,
Really?
She'll be like, so what's quantum physics? And wants like a quick answer. I'm like, I can't give it to you.
Is that
I've
the only
gotta
instance that he's over-explained?
No, okay, so let me just, okay.
I'm gonna therapize
I will
on this
say, I
couch.
will say that I do ask a lot of like pretty, like, I'm a curious person. So of course I ask questions, but I don't expect it to devolve the way it does. And then there's a space where I sort of just tune out and
It's typically 3 to 4 seconds after the question was
not
asked.
3 to 4 seconds.
It's pretty
I would
quick.
say it's more than that.
If you want a short answer, just ask me how I'm feeling. But I'm bummed.
Maybe you should.
Right, guys?
Do you do like AI?
Right, men?
Michelle?
most of the men who watch this are probably
Right,
gay, and so they think
right,
and feel
fellas?
a lot of things, Devin. All
You
right.
would just like prompt him like you would prompt Chat GPT.
Okay, so
You say, give me a 3-word explanation of quantum physics.
okay, so I asked.
Be specific.
Actually,
So
a really
for
good
example,
point.
I was just asking like, what is IQ? We were talking about IQ, so I was like, how do they determine IQ? So then he goes into explanations. Then he starts giving me certain examples of patterns, and then he starts talking about EQ, IQ, and then and then we get to a point in it where I'm like, oh, I probably have pretty high EQ. And he's like, well, probably not. Maybe you have more AQ or RQ or SQ or whatever it is.
I actually don't know what
and
any of
then
those are.
we're now about an hour into this
About 40 minutes. Yeah, we're
conversation.
probably 40 in.
And
Okay.
somehow the thing that I asked has now devolved into me not only being slightly insulted and having to defend myself, but also I don't really even think I got an answer to the first portion of the question. And now we're in a whole different place that
Okay,
ends
well-
with me feeling kind of bad. And
IQ
Well, I know what it is.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
IQ
Gonna explain it for us right now.
is pattern recognition.
I know, babe. I get it.
In a 3-word answer.
I
We can do that
know.
one in 2 words.
Is it
pattern
really?
Pretty
yeah,
much, yeah.
it's. Why don't you give the example that you gave me?
It's pretty much pattern recognition. So it's like if a number, like
It
they'll
might
give
be
you,
fun if we had Michelle explain it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, well,
What do
it's
you think?
Oh, it's pattern
it is?
recognition. So I'll give you a really easy one. 2, 4, 6. What's the next thing?
8.
There you go. But he gave you a much more complex one, and I was like, how do those all tie together? He's like, they're square roots of 67, and then he times it by 2 and 4 and 6.
Okay,
I'm like,
so let's all go
what?
over
He's
the.
like-
Let's all go over the thing that I actually did give her.
Yeah, okay.
Which would be 2, 4, 8, 16. What are we doing?
We're doubling.
We're doubling. We're timesing
That's
by
not what
2.
you did.
Timesing by 2. We're timesing by 2.
That's not what you did.
Maybe you did
We're
like
timesing
No,
by
then
2.
you. Then
I did a version of that. Like
version of that, but
maybe
not
you
that.
did. Maybe I did 2, 6,
Yeah.
10,
Yeah, it was something like that.
14,
Yep.
Adding 4.
18. We're
Yeah,
adding
yeah.
4, right? Pattern recognition. That's what essentially all an IQ test is. Yale.
She went to Yale.
Hashtag Yale.
She wore her Yale shirt because she knew we were going to be talking about IQ today.
Wait, do you guys know what I had a thought of last night? And this is, I'm
Please
not even, I didn't
tell
even know
us.
this was going to come up. I want to know if my sober IQ is different than my drunk IQ, is different than my stoned IQ, is different than my
100%.
Devin,
IQ
we don't
on
need
LSD.
we don't need to take a test for that.
I'd like to take 4 different tests on different substances. I want to see
We
which
can run
one-
that experiment. My hypothesis is you're gonna do way worse.
You think so?
Yes.
Yes.
Being drunk like changes your decision making.
Yes.
Like,
Well-
you'll obviously not.
Well, right, but I feel
Any
like
of them will
And
be
stone
bad.
probably makes you a little slower.
Doesn't affect shit.
What?
being stoned.
does not
High doesn't affect
affect
shit.
It
my
does
brother
make you
says.
slower and
Yeah, you're sluggish and stuff, Joe.
Well, again, we all have different opinions on this, so I'd like to put it to the test. And if you guys would like to watch it,
If you would like to fund our study,
if you'd like to fund our study,
hashtag socialite with a Y.
buy a socialite with a Y sweatsuit, and all the proceeds will go to me taking IQ tests under the influence of different substances. So thank you for that.
I can assure you that's not where the funds will go.
Yeah, time for a quick commercial break.
Yep.
Do you guys have any commercial breaks yet? You guys got any ads?
No, we do.
We're
Or you
not
had,
really- are
you
we
had
at
a
the
few
point of
lined
some
up, but
ads?
probably
we
not
have
after
ads,
this.
Michelle.
Set.
We've had ads.
We have
all the
ads?
time. Yeah.
What are they?
On the
God.
Spotify and the Apple Podcasts.
Oh my God, what kind of ads do we have?
Have you listened to your own pod? Or?
No,
I watch
haven't.
it on
I only need to
YouTube.
hear myself once. I cannot.
The YouTube gets like, we get ads on the YouTube that like, I don't know, I guess cycle. And then, there's like paid ads in the beginning of our podcast.
I'm hoping, like, I listen to a lot
fire.
of podcasts, and I'm hoping one day I get one for, like,
Twig.
hemorrhoid cream or something, and I
Ew,
have to be the one
gross.
to read it.
You
Like,
want to read
I
like
wanna
a funny
read
ad?
it.
Ew.
You know, like the hemorrhoid cream one?
No.
Okay, like Liquid IV or something. Is that
That's
is it better?
fun.
It's pretty
More
different.
lights.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how we went from hemorrhoid queen to liquid IV.
I think both of the I think the podcast I'm listening to has both of those. And I don't know what that says about the audience that listens to it.
How do you think we could change the subject? How do you guys think we'd be able to change the subject?
Should we ask you a question that just open ended, and 40 minutes later we'll get an answer?
Oh yeah, do you guys want to just fill up the rest of the time on this podcast?
Welcome to the mansplaining segment. Of
Yeah,
the social
I'd love
game.
to. Do you mind if we do a quick new segment called Mansplaining?
It's Devin's favorite segment.
I do think our listeners would really love that.
Liberal use of the word
The
quick.
girlies and the gays.
Okay, well, back to
Want to play the game?
which game?
I don't know.
Which one?
Oh Lord, I'm very good at games.
The questions?
You're
okay.
good at
Well,
everything.
since we've just spent the last however long realizing how truly
36
compatible you
minutes.
guere are,
I have an amazing internal
we're
clock.
going to put it to the test.
No, you
Okay.
can see the
That's
stupid
fair.
thing that has the number on it.
I can't see that.
You're cheating.
I'm not cheating at all.
You're using context clues. How about that?
My brain. Pretty good.
My
context.
bra?
Yeah. What? My bra?
Let's play a game.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm ready. I have my answers.
I will say that we really actually do have a lot of fun together. Like
That's the
He's
foundation.
really, really funny. Mm-hmm. Like not quite as funny as
Maybe
I
before
am.
we play this
but-
game, maybe we should do like some positive affirmations for each other.
Oh my God, I would love to.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing about each other?
About
humor,
each
for sure.
About each other?
I
Or
think it's
about
hu-
Michelle?
Okay, what's your favorite thing about Devin, and then what's your favorite thing about Michelle?
I
You
think
can name
it-
a few if you want to.
I think he's really funny, and I like that he's also like super easygoing. Like I can put him in any circumstance, situation.
No, don't
And-
take adaptability. That was going to be mine.
Well, I'm sorry that we like the same things about each other.
God damn it.
But I like that. I like that. Like he really prioritizes my friends, my family. He will like sit and listen to me like spiral for as long as I need to, and then make me feel not guilty for that thing. Like I think he just understands me and sometimes what I need even before I even know what's going on.
That's very sweet.
And I like Michelle.
My tits. No, just kidding. I don't even have tits. I don't even
Took the words right out of my mouth.
have any.
I like Michelle's cans. Sue me.
I
File
was
a
like,
claim.
Kansas got to come back up again.
File a claim. I like my queen's cans.
Guilty.
Yeah, guilty as charged. No, Michelle's incredibly adaptable. You can bring her literally anywhere. She's going to be the star of the show, or she's happy taking a back seat and playing sidekick, right? I'd say she prefers to be the main character, but she's okay being sidekick in the right circumstances. Adaptability is probably my number one trait in people in general. Can I bring you anywhere, and will you embarrass yourself or me? For me, the answer is yes. Someone will be embarrassed if I'm there.
It's not me. You don't embarrass me.
It's typically I've embarrassed myself. But you don't embarrass anyone ever. You're great. And you're super thoughtful and kind and an excellent chef, which I
Wait, is this backwards day?
which I agree, which I really do appreciate. And yeah, you're just an overall rock star.
Her from cooking.
No,
Yeah.
Absolutely
He
inaccurate.
did. He doesn't. Let's be honest. I can't even cook an egg.
Oh no.
No,
You can cook an egg.
I can even do that.
No. I really.
Are
don't
you a
think
good cook, Devin?
He is.
That's the secret. That's secret to my relationship is that Gabby cooks every meal and I don't cook at all.
I can cook a lot.
Yeah. What's the key? You've been in a relationship for how long?
Oh, yeah.
She's engaged.
Let's flip it on her.
Engaged 10 years.
10 years.
Long
What
time.
took you so long?
I know.
Did
don't
you
wanna know
propose
what-
or did she?
She proposed.
Okay.
Please. Yeah. That's the vibe.
Okay, that's the vibe.
That was clear from the start.
okay. Got
I'm
it.
not
Got it.
doing
Got it.
that.
That's the vibe.
I'm
Okay.
not doing that.
And so
Wow.
how did it
Wait,
go down?
how is that clear from the start? How does that work?
We just discussed it.
Oh, okay. You
I think it's
chatted
different
about
for everybody. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's kind of the beauty of a relationship like this. is
Whoever
there's
goes to
no-
Yale doesn't propose.
No, that's not the, Ivy League
Yeah.
education is not necessary for
Okay,
proposals,
interesting.
clearly, based
Okay.
on how our country is going. Yeah, we were together for a really long time. We got together when we were 21, but we actually met when we were 17.
Wow.
Took
That's
a minute.
crazy.
Crazy.
Where?
It's a really embarrassing story.
We'd love to hear it. All
It's
ears.
been told on RHAP before, but
Oh, never mind then.
no, I can tell you.
Revert back to
I don't-
episode
have
2.
I told you?
I've heard over a few martinis, yes.
Okay. So I, growing up in the 2000s, gay, closeted, I watched the show Glee for the first time.
We love Glee.
Didn't everyone watch Glee?
Okay. Well, I'm just setting the stage.
Yeah, we're
Devin.
Gleeks.
I didn't know if you were a big Gleek. You don't scream Gleek to me.
I was in chorus.
You were?
I was a part of the Northamptons.
He's a regular Finn
North-
Hudson
what?
over here.
I was part of the Northamptons. Okay, we went up against the logarithms of MIT. I'm not new. I'm not a rookie.
Oh my. Well, another thing
I would love to
about
see
him.
you in the Glee Club. Anyway,
Carrying baritone.
I saw this character, Santana Lopez, who's a beautiful, very hot cheerleader,
Santelope,
Santalo,
If you will.
as we know,
if you will.
got together with, I'm trying to abbreviate, Brittany. I don't know her last
I
name.
don't know her last name either.
Forget her last name. I don't remember. Brittany, I'm failing as a Gleek. So San and Britt get together. They're two cheerleaders,
Yeah.
very hot.
Yeah.
And then that was the tick in my brain of like, this is what I'm looking for. So I was a huge Glee
Hot
fan.
cheerleader with an
Hot.
abbreviated name.
Yes, abbreviated name is actually top of the list. So I met Gab,
Got
Lit.
it.
my fiance, in line
Fiance.
to meet Naya Rivera, who played Santana Lopez when we were 17. I was standing behind her in line
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Where?
in Edgewater, New Jersey.
Woo! Shout out to NJ.
Shout out
At an
Edgewater.
AT&T store.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're all
It was a
true
meet
love
and
is
greet
born.
for her and Corey Monteith, who are both now deceased.
In the iPhone 3? was
I don't
being
know. I don't know
released?
what the
Razor,
connection was to
probably-
AT&T.
Back then it was probably a razor.
Yeah.
I think this was high school. I don't think I was that. Maybe it was the Envy, like the Envy.
Okay,
2.
you guys are in line. Land the plane.
Dude, I'm telling you. We can carry this from now on. Devin, you can see
You're
yourself
not
out.
needed.
You can see yourself.
You've been demoted from the socialites.
Okay, can I tell you that this is what it's like explaining a movie to him? He said, "Oh, well, you have to know about the hair
So
color."
he
It's
doesn't like the
but
woman's splain. That's his thing.
right? But like the whole plot,
If
like,
you're gonna mansplain, you got to be down with the woman's splain.
right?
That was funny. It was a funny thing to say.
I
Take
mean,
me to court.
funny. I guess each their own. We all have different levels of humor, I suppose, and that's not my.
It
Joe's-
wasn't funny.
Oh, my brother says it wasn't funny.
He's turned on you.
Yeah, no, everyone's turned on me.
I still love you, Devin.
I love you too, Joe.
That's unconditional. Anyway, yeah. That's the story. Since you don't want to hear any more of it.
Well,
Okay.
no, I'd like to hear more, just faster.
I actually can't take responsibility for his actions.
I'm just staring at Michelle.
Okay, so anyways, we have a game planned.
Yeah.
And well,
excellent.
Okay, but I will say I love that you're getting married. I'm very excited for you. I can't wait to go to
You
the
know what? I
wedding.
was gonna invite you, but I might revoke your +1 right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I look we actually have
What's-
a rule that
Oh, 2 a year.
he
Yeah, so
only
actually you're
allows-
in the clear.
he only allows 2 years weddings. So I might be fine solo anyways.
No, you can bring Kip.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
bring it.
allow 2 a year. I'll only go to 2 a year.
Right. Oh yeah,
don't
I'm
like
allowed to go to
weddings?
as many.
Okay,
I feel
here's
like you'd be like a fun dude at a wedding.
Exactly.
That's
if
a gas
I
you up.
hear very first time in September
No.
played by some shitty
We are-
DJ
we're not doing
one
that.
more time, I'd rather listen to challengers talk about their children than hear very first time in September one more time.
Yeah, that's not. I have a very
Okay?
strict playlist, Devin.
Because tonight's gonna be a good night.
That's not on it.
Because you're gonna get divorced in 3 years. So I don't want to hear it. All right? I've gone
This
to
is-
too
this
many.
is
Not
why-
you. I'm not saying you. Okay, not saying you. You guys
Also,
are
I want
going to
you
be
to listen
happily
to my
married
wedding
and together
playlist,
forever.
and you can,
Now, I don't like weddings because old people feel entitled, like it's their day. Boomers, you ruined everything. Can I just talk about boomers for a second?
Do we have
You've
to?
ruined everything.
it's gonna happen, and we want to do it now.
You've ruined everything. You guys need to sit down, lay down.
They don't.
Okay?
Boomers don't really
Relax.
listen
Relax,
much. And I
boomers.
said that about Leo's last time.
You're ruining
There's a lot of Leo comments.
Yeah.
you're
sorry.
ruining weddings. Okay? You're ruining weddings and I don't want to go to them anymore. So I've put two on the docket. Two.
Yeah,
a
I'm
year.
allowed. Oh, not allowed. I'm able to bring.
I will
him
go to.
Yes. One local, one destination.
This is pretty local.
So I
I
actually
think
have a
our
local
local
one
time
lined
slot
up.
is already filled.
We
Yeah.
have a,
I don't want him there.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, you're not invited
You're off
anyways.
the
you
list.
freaking loser.
I am.
My
I'm,
DJ is gonna be lit. but
I'm
that's
really
okay.
fun at weddings, but I think I guess I just went to too many in 2 years that were all the same. And I was like, oh my God, your special day looked a lot like the last 6 special days I went to. Well, one of these things is not like the others. Oh, wait, no, they actually are all the same. So thanks for doing the same thing that 7 other people did this year. Congratulations, and here's $400. Not really worth it
and you're
for
back
me.
actually invited.
Yeah.
$400.
Thanks a lot. Not even an open bar.
Okay, well that would be.
There is an open
We've
bar.
talked about open
Not
bars.
even an open bar.
We talked about.
I haven't
open-
been to a wedding without an open bar. That sucks.
Unbelievable. The nerve.
Okay.
Moving
and
on.
now we know.
How I feel
Because
about
wedding.
weddings.
Wow. Anyway,
And I'm glad we
another
got here.
great topic of conversation on the Valentine's Day episode.
I
How
know,
much
true love.
we love and hate weddings.
We love love.
If one more challenger talks about their kids, I'm going to make everyone come to my wedding and they'll just be playing very first time in September on repeat.
Why are you?
All
You're
right?
extending September.
You guys will be eating
like
dry
abbreviations.
fillets. You guys will be eating dry fillets and listening to any first time in September over and over. How do you like your fillet? Medium well, please.
Why do you keep saying very
Exit
first
the
time in
venue,
September?
sir. You're 78. Okay? Take the trolley home at 9. We organized
We're also biased against the elderly
we
on
organized
this
multiple
podcast.
trolleys so you could leave soon. Goodbye.
I'm not really
Where
sure where to
are
go
we?
from here,
Where
Michelle.
are we?
I don't know.
Play the game.
Let's play. Well, could you shut up for a second and then we'll play the game?
All right, I'm going to tone it down. Joe, could I have one more all-day IPA, please?
That'll help.
Thank
yeah,
you.
I think this is gonna
Maybe
help
beer
tone
4
it
will
down.
make this better.
It's interesting because we actually have a nice low-key night planned after you guys depart. We're supposed to be going to golf with Joe, and
If you guys thought this was going to go any other way,
You know what? I didn't know which way it was going to go.
well, we've only had one other male guest on the podcast, and it was Wes. So we really haven't had a lot of male energy. We weren't
I don't
quite
spend
sure.
a lot of time around men in general. so.
Yeah, we
yeah,
weren't sure.
can't blame you.
Yeah.
This
That's why I'm a lesbian.
This is what it's like.
You know
Truly.
what? I'm feeling pretty
Yeah.
good about my
Yeah.
not choice that I was born with.
I've considered being a lesbian. I have to say, and
I highly recommend it.
yeah.
Do you guys know that I'm from the lesbian per capita?
Oh, I actually have heard about this.
Yeah.
Michelle told me.
Yeah,
you, Joe.
number 1 lesbian per capita
you,
city,
Joe.
I believe.
It's because there's a college there, right?
on planet Earth. Well, it's not just because
Smith
it's,
College?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Smith.
Smith.
College. It's
Yeah.
not just because of the college. It's just like
and I stay there, maybe.
it's been a it's like a very liberal just place in general
Mm-hmm.
because of the 4 college area. But yeah, I am
Tread lightly.
a supporter of love in any facet, and I have been since I was a tot, since I was in a little red wagon at a pride parade.
Love
So
that.
all you newcomers, it's trendy now. Okay, you don't like my mansplain? You don't like it? I was in a red wagon at a pride parade when I was 7.
Why wasn't it a rainbow wagon?
My mom took me down there. I held onto her really long hair like a leash. Okay, everyone? Okay.
This is crazy.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Her really long hair like a leash?
Yeah, she had hair down to her ankles. I held onto it like this. She would put it into 3 braids. Me and my brothers would hold her hair.
Like 3 of you like this?
Yeah, and she'd walk us through the pride parade.
That's like
Okay.
a Alaskan like dog team or whatever.
If she was going too quick,
We just give her a quick yank.
Oh my God.
I wish this was a joke. I lost her in Caldors once.
Caldors.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a fucking throwback.
And some other lady had long hair, and I ran
You
up to
grabbed
her,
the wrong long lady?
yanked it hard. Yanked it. Never forget. She turned around and was like,
Caldors.
"You're not my mom." She was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
What the hell is
Yeah,
happening?
scarred. Also, what an idiot I was at Caldor. When I would go to the doctor to get a shot, I would go to the doctor and my parents would say, "You could pick out anything you want from Caldor." I would get like a G.I. Joe.
What would you rather have gotten?
TV? I don't know.
True.
Anything that didn't cost $4.
Caldors was kind of lit.
Which
Back
is
in
why
the day.
which is why kids are idiots.
I was a baby.
I would get a
for
G.I. Joe. I
Caldors.
wouldn't even keep it in the box. I would depreciate its value immediately upon returning home. Moving on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just want to say.
I've never felt gayer in my life.
But this is what it is like 24/7. Well, not 24/7.
So what if we
sleeps.
come up with like a people have like a safe word,
Every once in a while he sleeps.
What do you think it would be?
like say
I'm so interested to hear
Yeah,
this
because
because we
he
just
has an
talked about
opinion
this.
about
the real
this is-
safe word, or I was gonna.
He has an
I was
opinion
gonna
about my-
say-
If you could
about the
pick
safe
any
word.
safe word, what would it be?
Oh my god, that's a lot of pressure.
He-
First thing that comes to
Don't
mind.
worry, he'll have an opinion on it.
I won't.
So yes, he
I feel like
will.
people always go fruit,
Yeah.
right? They're like pineapple, right? That's not my safe word.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's what everybody says. now.
Always. Number 1 safe word in American
Is a
history, pineapple.
Okay, so
Well, we're gonna have to take.
What do you think
we'll
would
have
be
to
better?
take a survey on that.
What would I prefer? I don't care what it is. I'm
Well,
just saying
I was gonna say you could have one where it's like when he's mansplaining too much, you just say this word. He's
Yeah.
like, ravioli.
And I do. I say shut the fuck up.
Got it.
which is several words.
Yeah. And well, I could shorten
Maybe
it.
STFU.
STFU.
Does anyone else understand that I just mansplained that was multiple words?
At least you're becoming self-aware.
Self-awareness is not the issue.
You just continue it despite the awareness. The dissonance.
Self-awareness is not the problem.
I will say he did try for a bit to kind of tone it down, and then I was like, "So is a Reuben open face?" And he's like, "I don't know. You're gonna have to figure it out yourself." I'm like, "So this is not the instance when I ask you
So he went
for
a little too-
help."
yeah.
Took 10 hours.
He took it.
Took 10 hours, asked me if a Reuben was open-faced. Hey, honey, I'd like to order a Reuben at this diner. Is it open-faced or no?
It's not open face.
No,
Well,
it's not.
I actually can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not by
Can't explain it.
default.
Yeah,
I swore it was.
I would have swore it was too, Joe.
Really? Why?
It's
So you
not.
guys should just you got a piece of rye, marbled rye on the bottom with you're either holding on to sauerkraut or Russian
No,
dressing
you
on the
cut
top.
it. You
top.
cut it. You cut it.
How many napkins did
Like
they
a
give you with an
toast?
Cut it.
open-faced
You cut
Reuben?
It. You
When
cut
did you
it.
an open-faced Reuben? Honestly, this is actually crazy.
Absurd.
I
It's
don't know.
absurd.
I don't want to agree
I
with
don't
Devin,
know.
but I have to.
Also,
That it is.
thanks, Joe. I voted that it was too. And a patty melt.
Welcome
I
to
thought like
everyone
a
else's
patty
world.
melt. I don't know. I had questions about
Okay,
it.
again, a patty melt
ask you
would
a
never be
question?
open-faced.
Well, again, I didn't know what it was.
What do you think they did?
You
What
know,
do
I'm
you
just
think
going
they
to start
did?
singing
Broil
Taylor
it?
Swift because I'm getting overwhelmed with all this male energy in here.
My brother agrees with me, and that's a good brother. Devin, you take notes.
Play the game.
All right.
All right.
Anyway, on this lovely note, let's see
having so
how
much fun.
compatible and how well you two know each other. Don't fucking cheat over there. I
I
swear
already
to God.
saw your answer.
Well, I'm sure we have the same answer.
No, we don't.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to play the Newlywed Game, basically. We're going to ask them questions. We already had them pre-answer, apparently anonymously, but now they're looking at each other's
Apparently,
things.
No, I haven't seen his.
Okay, so Michelle's following the rules. Devin's cheating on
As
par.
usual.
So I'm going to ask the question. You guys will reveal, and then we'll discuss. You're supposed to try to answer the same thing and prove how compatible you are by answering the same thing.
okay,
Got
I
it.
got it.
But we'll see. All right,
Fair
we'll
enough.
start off with number one. Who would be the better trader?
I wrote Devin.
Oh, really?
I wrote Michelle.
Explain.
I mean, he has a way of I think he has a really analytical mind. So I think it would be hard in general for him to play the trader's game. But if he were to play anything, I think he'd be good as a trader.
Okay.
This is the question now. This is the question of who would be the better trader, not better at traders, right?
Who would be the better
I'd be
trader
better at
on
traders.
the traders?
Yes,
I'd be better
trader.
at traders. I think you'd be better as a trader than I would.
Okay.
I'd be better faithful.
So everyone's getting killed if I'm a trader. I'm going to attempt to kill them all episode 1 and win right away.
Well, there's rules.
How many bullets can I fire here? What's his name?
Alan.
Alan. Hey, Alan, think I could get a couple extra shells? There's some people here who are rubbing me the wrong way.
Yeah.
All right? So I don't think I'd be that good at being a trader. I think I'd be great at finding the trader.
Okay, interesting. You're more of a treasure seeker.
I think I'd be able to smell them. I think I'd be able to sniff them from a mile away. I think you'd be a great trader because no one would expect it. And you are so good, like Survivor people in general are so good at cushioning the blow.
I think you might actually be good, Michele. You might be stressed the whole time.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be good for
You would be
her.
miserable.
No, my mental,
Yeah, she would
my
hate
mental
it.
health
You would be
in
Ms.,
shambles.
but it would be good.
Yeah,
I would
I
be
think
having-
she would be good.
I think
For
you should
sure.
have like genuine emotion, like you'd be like overwhelmed,
Actually
I would
upset about it.
and then
I would
people
be
would
so
believe
upset.
that you were not a traitor because how could you be so
Yes.
devastated?
I
Correct.
feel like I
Yeah.
would be.
Not to like blow up your future game.
I mean,
but-
listen. At the end of it all, if I were to be a trader, I do think I'd be decent, just because I would be such a mess. And honestly, whenever I'm in power on the challenge, I have really botched it. But that is confusing to people. So
yeah, throw them off the scent.
maybe my lack of strategy would actually be a good strategy in the end. But I will say my mental health would be on a rapid decline because, let's be honest, I don't handle pressure.
Those
very
brunches would be so good.
well. I
The
would.
breakfasts.
Michelle's face when the person she voted out or killed or
Is
whatever
not- doesn't walk in.
doesn't want
What would you do? You just shove food
just
in your mouth,
start
maybe.
crying, just immediate tears.
Probably.
I can't believe this.
I don't know what I would do. That is my biggest fear as well.
Your face would look a lot like it did the first 15 minutes of this podcast.
shock.
All right, well,
Okay,
you guys technically failed that, but you answered each other, which is a little cute.
Yeah.
All right, question number 2. What's something Michele thinks she's really good at, but actually she's not?
Whispering.
I'm a good whisperer.
I can assure you, you aren't.
Wow, I really thought I was good at that. See, okay, so that's a trick question. Because the question is, what do you think you're good at? Of course I think I'm good at whispering. How could I answer
Well,
that?
you're supposed to guess what he would think that you
Thought
yeah.
you're good at. Yeah.
Right, so
And what did you put?
I put
Anger
time
ma-
management.
Oh, time. You don't think you're good at that?
Yeah, what?
I
No
think-
offense. Love you.
I think,
I don't think that's your strong
okay,
suit, right?
here's what I will
You're
say.
on record saying 8 minutes late is on time.
You told us
Okay.
to get here at 2 today, and then we were here at 3.
Okay, I will just, okay, so
You
time
were
management.
out to dinner until
Okay,
3.
but I thought that maybe you would think that okay, but sometimes time management is not my thing, okay? But then you say that I lollygag, and I'm like, I'm not trying to delay us. You say that I try to delay us.
You're a
which is untrue.
filibuster. You're an intentional delayer. Yeah, you're an intentional
I
delayer.
like the use of filibuster in that
God,
term.
I
I'm going
Yeah.
to adopt
hate
that.
that.
has a phobia of being on time.
You know
And there's
what?
actually a thing
In
for
our
it.
short time, I have to agree.
Yeah.
I agree as well.
Thank you,
My
Joe.
brother
Yeah.
agrees.
No.
Okay,
It's-
So
well, we're not doing-
resounding.
Yeah.
We're not doing very good at this game. Okay.
So far,
No,
not
we're
doing great.
But
All
also,
right.
you're terrible at whispering. I just want to put that out there. We can all hear you.
Oh.
Some constructive feedback for the traders.
I've heard every whisper you've ever whispered.
Well, sometimes maybe I want you to hear them. Like, I'm like,
Hmm.
he's being a real dick, you know? Like, I don't want to say it to his face. I don't want to hurt his feelings. But if he
That's so
hears it-
weird because you do say it
I just said to your face.
right in my face.
Okay, healthy communication. Okay, number 3. What is Michelle's least favorite clothing item that Devin owns?
I have 2 things.
Okay, let's hear him.
Speedo.
No, I said
What?
your old crusty Birkenstocks.
I loved those.
I know.
I loved
You
those
loved them?
dearly.
What happened to them?
They went missing.
Ooh.
I loved those.
okay,
dearly.
or-
I found them. I found them atop a hotel bathroom stuffed with wine bottles. It was just like the one was just like popping out in Brooklyn. I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah, I spent.
I got the message.
Yeah, we went to a hotel and I tried to throw them out incognito, but apparently he found them.
Oh my God! Did you call them Brett Sheldon?
Yeah, what is it called?
Garth Brooks.
No, the red shirt.
Garth Brooks.
That's not a Garth Brooks shirt. The red shirt.
Oh, Ricky Van Shelton.
Ricky Van Shelton.
Oh, Ricky Van Shelton is
Okay,
fire.
the other thing that I am not a huge fan of is he has this red thrifted shirt that he doesn't even know who the artist is. It's
Whenever
an
I go to
artist.
see whenever I go to do a performance, like a podcast, somewhere else or like a event or something, I go to a thrift store and I buy their traditional local garb. So when I went to Nashville, I bought a Ricky Van Shelton shirt.
Who's Ricky Van Shelton?
He's a country music superstar.
I'm sure who none of us have heard of.
Explain it more.
Ricky Van Shelton.
Born in 19...
Born in 1964.
Please don't explain it anymore.
No, but he's a country music guy, and I love his shirt. It's big, it's baggy, it's cool, it's retro, and I wear it a lot.
A lot. At least once a week.
Maybe we can get a picture of it and throw it on.
I actually got it in the back. If you want.
It's with
What do
him
you think?
currently.
He didn't pack it? What do you think? He didn't pack
You
the
thought
shirt?
she didn't like the Speedo? We just talked about how much she
Yeah.
loves the Speedo.
I didn't think she liked it. She made me throw one out. Actually,
Well, that's because it was going
I gave it
south.
a Viking burial.
Yeah. Well, no, you tried to, which he tried to send it on a raft and burn it into the river, but apparently Vietnam has some rules against that.
Which was super interesting because there was like a shopping cart and a baby carriage floating down the river, but I couldn't burn my Speedo.
All right.
It's like a
Anyway,
bowling
Respect the
pin.
environment.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
There's someone on the bridge just like dumping a trash bag in, but I can't burn my Speedo.
Oh no.
Interesting.
You done?
I hope so.
Okay.
I can be. Happy to be.
Lovely. What is the most ridiculous argument that Michele has started?
The one that we will probably that we know about, we're not going to talk about, but so second most ridiculous argument. I should have known. Okay, he put Catan, and I put explaining trader strategy.
Oh, that wasn't an argument.
That was an argument.
That was a heated
You
conversation.
didn't convo about the strategy of the traders.
Well, because I said,
did,
this
yeah.
is how I would play it. It was like, well, that's a stupid way of playing it.
I
How
did
would-
not say that. That's absurd.
basically
You
it.
guys have heard me for about, what are we on, 57 minutes at this point? You think that I would say something like that? You're out of your mind.
Yeah, okay. I will say Catan in general gets very heated between us. We're actually on a break from playing it because,
You guys play 2-player Catan?
yeah.
I know.
I mean, that's a recipe for disaster.
It's sick. It's sick.
Sick as in a bad, like sick?
no,
Or like
no,
No, not a
like,
good way.
Twisted.
bad way? Okay.
In what world have we played 2-player Catan no less than 35 times? And yet, if
What's
I
the win ratio?
probably 33 to 1. If
And that's the
I-
problem. He always wins. And I'm very good
I
at
do the
Catan.
same thing every time.
So I said, for every 6, can you let me win 1 just so that I feel better?
I do the same thing
You don't
every
want
time.
You want a consolation win.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I do. And I don't want to
going
know
to
about
build a settlement close to your settlement, and it's gonna
Cut me
be
off.
on
you
a
go the
brick
cutoff.
and wood immediate, and then I'm gonna immediately cut you off at the beginning of the game. I do the same thing every time, and then I'm
I
going
like
to the
that
sheep
strategy.
port. I'm gonna be the shepherd. I'm gonna trade 2 sheeps for a wheat.
Why don't you guys play
All
like
day
a
long.
cooperative game? Have you ever played Overcooked?
it. No, we can't.
We went to an escape room, failed miserably.
Yeah, but because you
After
play-
the podcast
No,
we did?
I will. Yes,
We're already pretty
Yeah.
I
drunk.
will say because the reason we failed is because you booked us for an 8-person escape room, and there was 2 of us to do the work
That's
of
tough.
8. And that is why that we failed. It's not because we're stupid or anything, but they had to give us like 100,000 hints. They were like,
Oh no.
yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. Okay, next.
Reality TV superstars. Okay. 5.
I'd like to change my answer.
Okay, well let's hear it. What is Devin's grossest habit?
I wrote down I cough a lot, but I'd like to change it to mansplaining.
No, I wrote hawking loogie.
Oh, hey, we're on the same page. I'm a cougher.
Yeah, so am I. But mine's a tick. But
Well, you
You don't
smoke,
cough.
right?
no, I don't cough really, but I like.
I do love
It's like a habit, like a throat
A throat clearing. You know what? I
It's
do
a
that too.
it's
It
a
really
habit.
bothers
It
Gabby.
bothers my
She
sister a
hates
lot.
it.
Yeah,
I'll go like,
me too.
I have like a little post-nasal drip sometimes.
Yeah, I
you know?
think mine's just like like a
Allergies.
tick, and once it starts, it's hard for me to stop doing it.
I've never noticed that you do that. Not
Thank
once.
you. Shit, I hope you don't start noticing now.
Never noticed it. I do cough a lot though. I'm a cougher.
That's because you smoke.
Smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, I gotta stop that.
Interesting.
Okay, mansplaining doesn't.
You
it
guys
bothers-
almost sent me into a
Let
microplastic
me nurse-plain
meltdown.
to you.
Okay.
All right.
Let's just move on
Yeah,
from
let's
all
move
this.
on.
6. What reality show that you haven't appeared on would Michele be the best on?
I changed mine halfway through, but
Oh my God, really?
yeah.
I hope you didn't change it from Big Brother.
Ooh.
Oh, I put Summer House because I'd rather not play a competition show.
I was gonna say, that's not really a competition.
It's not a competition, it's a reality show.
That's true, you're right.
And I would choose something that I could just drink and sit by a pool and start drama.
That does
about.
seem on brand.
I think you'd be so good at Big Brother.
You actually
Thank
would be, yeah,
you.
for sure.
I think you'd be
worry-
so good
I
at
agree
Big
with
Brother.
that.
The live feeds, obviously. I think that live feeds in general would be
Stressful.
I could be a little.
No, I'm around you all the time. You don't say anything. You're such a compassionate, caring person. The live streams would not be the issue. You're so good. It's Survivor people in general, and I tried to mention this earlier, but it got breezed over because I'm outnumbered. No, I'm just kidding. So
All the woman's planning.
yeah, all the women's planning around this pod is really freaking me out.
I'm going to crack my second.
So
Boy, come on.
Survivor people in general are so good at cushioning the blow. It doesn't translate on the challenge.
Yeah.
But I think it really would translate on Big Brother.
Yeah, it's like the long game. It's like the ultimate long game, Big Brother. You'd be good at that.
It's the ultimate single season long game.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
The
what I'm
challenge
trying to say.
it doesn't
You
work
guys
on the
have a
challenge
ridiculous long
because the
game that I
long game
can't
on the
even-
challenge is even
20
crazier.
years. Like, I can't. Like,
Right.
God.
You can't the long game on the challenge is insane. It's really even
Yeah,
hard
the
to
single season long game.
the single season long
Asterix.
game is Big Brother.
Yeah.
And the way that I've watched good survivors. So like Jay, I don't think is good at this. Because he doesn't care enough to be. He could be good at it, but he doesn't care enough to be. The way that you're good at it to really explain to somebody like why you did the thing that you did if they come back, like you'll really take the time. If I vote someone in and they come back, I'm voting them in every single other time right away with no explanation as to why I'm doing it. I'm never going to be like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did this. You will stay up till 5 a.m. and talk to them about
And I have done that
the
with
pressures.
cats.
I think
when
that's
voted-
good.
When I voted cats.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it is.
And I
because-
think that works in Big Brother.
I think it's not strategy, really. I really actually do care.
That's what I'm saying.
But
yeah.
but I actually thought about writing Big Brother. The reason I didn't was because I feel like I'd be decent at any sort of strategy game anyways. I think that's like an obvious thing, but I want to play really stressful strategy games? Like I think I'd rather
Celebrity
again,
Big Brother you'd be great
sit
at.
by a
You'd crush.
pool and I'd rather sit by a pool with a glass of rosé and talk
rosé is good.
about how so-and-so's relationship is fun. I'd rather gossip by the pool. I just would. And
Lower lift, easier.
it's just more fun for me. But I will say that I do think I do fairly well on Big Brother. I just heard it is so
It's
mentally
very long.
taxing. Yeah. I heard, and they don't know what's going on at all. Everybody is
I
experiencing
think the
it.
Survivor.
Then
I
they
think
get
the
out.
celebrity one though.
That yeah,
It's
but
shorter.
I don't
It
think I'm
is,
big enough
yeah.
celebrity for that. But they get out and they're like, and then people like hate them for something they've been doing this whole time. They're like, shit.
It is
I
great.
could've,
They walk out the door and then there's like boo, and they are like,
and they're like,
"What?"
oh, I thought it was gonna be
and it's
below.
live, and it's like, yeah, that is true.
And then you find out that you have like this weird thing that everybody picked up on, and then they're like snipping it, and they're like,
Like,
oh
man,
my
Michele
God.
coughs a
She-
lot.
Yeah, exactly. She like sniffs her oatmeal all the time. And you're like, what the fuck? She's an oatmeal
I don't want to
sniffer?
be perceived that much.
How about when
Exactly.
they have like guys in there that just like watch people sleep? Like, didn't that happen to Amber?
What? Oh yeah,
What?
Caleb. He was on my Survivor season.
Wait,
Caleb was
He
on
played
my Survivor.
both?
Wait,
he
Beast
played
Mode
both.
Cowboy?
Beast Mode Cowboy, like was like a super creep of Amber.
You won?
Yeah, when I won. Yeah.
He was like watching her snore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
He really loved her.
Well,
He
I don't
really
think
did.
she snores. Actually, I know she doesn't snore because
No,
she's my roommate in All Stars 5.
She's a gentle sleeper.
She's actually an angelic sleeper.
She's very.
You'll never hear her. I had Fessy and Leroy, who you definitely can hear, and me and Amber were pretty silent. Leroy had night terrors. Actually, that's an interesting sidebar.
Yeah, that's.
And
crazy.
we woke up one night, and Leroy was like yelling at us, and I looked at Amber, and Amber looked at me, and we were just like both terrified. We were so afraid. But yeah,
Yeah.
some crazy guy was like staring at her.
Yep. And you don't know.
You're on a live feed.
Did they forget?
You're not even gonna try to hide it.
Yeah, that's weird.
You're staring at a sleeping woman.
it's
You-
weird.
You're a sick pervert.
Yeah. It was.
What's his name?
Caleb.
What's his nickname?
Beast mode cowboy. Self-imposed nickname.
I'd rather die.
You were on the tribe with him?
Toxic masculinity much? Toxic masculinity much?
I was on a tribe with him.
He
yeah?
got got medically evacuated from her season.
Yeah.
He basically had a
did.
heat stroke, correct?
Yeah, Devin's never seen my. Him
Yes,
and
I
my
did.
family watched the finale of my season, but otherwise,
I really did watch that finale.
yeah, they've forced him to sit down and watch the whole thing.
It was amazing.
That's like your origin story.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, we've
Okay,
really
let's do it.
derailed that. Jesus. I think this is the last one. Yep. Oh, we're just doing
Perfect.
the reverse for Devin. What reality show you haven't been on that Devin would do the best?
Deal or no deal island.
Hey! Another 2 out of 7
Yeah,
2 out of 7's not bad.
That's not bad.
I love that for us.
2 out of 7's not bad.
He's good with numbers. He would be great at that game. Period.
Math, politics,
Yeah.
Yeah.
easily manipulable cast,
Yeah.
You got a bed. There's no roughing it.
snore fest. I'll win that game literally in my sleep.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
actually
And I'm a
agree.
huge fan of the game. I think it's brilliantly composed.
Are you watching?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Michelle's
Do you like
not.
ice? Yes, I actually am.
Oh, you are.
Mm-hmm.
You
I actually
said
am.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
watch it before we have Parvati on, but
Yeah.
actually after.
Now I am watching. Now I am.
No,
watching.
you have to watch
I'm not
because
completely
she's
caught
also
up.
she's incredible.
She's so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
The Australian Survivor didn't even know he was on. He's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm not caught up. I'm not caught up. So if he's out or any of them are out, I don't want to know.
Okay.
Well, a lot
like-
of them are going to be out
There's
now
only been
when
3
this
episodes, I think.
airs. Yeah.
Now
But
it'll be
the
a few more.
concept of that game, the blending of genres into a game, is actually what's like catered and built for my brain. Because if I can go back and like look, and especially if you know the previous seasons, you have something to base your strategy on. You can tweak someone else's strategy that works.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute walk in the park. That's why I'm so surprised that people don't do better on these other strategy games.
What do you mean?
I'm really surprised about it. Like, for instance, Kyland watched all the challenges and then just like blended everybody's strategy together, and it works. Like, doing that works.
Mm-hmm. Doing the research and knowing what you should do before you go in.
Doing the research and knowing what you should do, it's boring
Yeah,
to do. And
I've
you have
never
to have a
seen-
lot of time. I've never watched one show
yeah,
I've
exactly.
gone on ever.
Yeah.
I've been winging it from day one.
Yeah, same.
If I studied, and especially now with AI, I think you could just type it in like, what's the best survivor strategy?
That's actually
and it'll
a really
like tell
funny
you
idea.
like
should
and
do
just
that.
and just to play it like that way would be very funny. So I'm
But
surprised.
there's too much human.
I
People
think
are still
Survivor,
bad
you
at it.
can't put that in. That would be hard.
I'm surprised people are still bad at traders.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like
I'm
not.
so
This was-
surprised at that.
Oh God,
Do
here we
you-
go. This was our argument.
Okay, so what was the argument? Tell me about it.
Okay, so I said, well, I don't want to give away a strategy because that's how I would play. So
Yeah,
Okay.
good point. We
Okay,
can't
that's
say
fair.
a
All right,
ton
let's
about
not talk
it.
about it
Yeah.
then. Never mind.
don't
I want
wanna-
you to go
I
on next
plan
season.
on
Yeah, we
being
can't
on-
say
I plan on being on
a ton about
traders.
it. We have totally different outlooks on
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
on-
sidebar this off.
Yeah, we
how
have-
to best conquer that game.
Yeah, we have 2 totally different ways that we would want to play it.
I
which
do
is
think
really
that's an interesting show because it's like it's not really competition reality TV veterans. There's
Yeah.
only like 6 people who've played a competition show on every season of the shows, and everybody else is just like
The way they
Summer
keep
House.
voting out people that they're just afraid of is wild to me. Like, Wes would have been such a good ally.
it's almost. That's why I
For
feel like these
everybody.
people kind of like revert to like the basicness of like, do I like these people because they haven't played a game? Do you know what I'm saying?
I would.
Correct.
So
but
like the other
also-
survivors in like Big Brother challenge, people will be like, okay, I can tolerate this person who's not my favorite because he's helpful. But
Also,
they're just
can
gonna
I
be like,
just
I don't
say-
want to be around them.
Can I just say there's a certain level of.
Who wouldn't want to be around Wes though? He's so great.
Okay, but people,
gotta
so they all
adjust
found
yourself
him.
to
They all
the
found him
others.
abrasive. I agree with you that.
Well, he is.
He's
Yeah, for all those like girls, they're gonna be like,
He's my brand of humor, but I do like, I see maybe not for a lot of people, but for me, yes. For you, yes. But I will say,
You want to know what rhymes with yes?
Wes.
Thank you.
And here's the thing. is
Thanks,
that-
everyone.
Here's the thing that I think.
And that's gonna wrap. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that people have been voting out all of like the really interesting big characters that can carry a really fun show. Now it's still really fun right now, of course, but I like who votes out Ian, who's like she's no threat.
well, they
she's
just
nothing.
killed her.
Killed her, whatever. But she is gonna add fun value to the show. It's like vote out somebody that doesn't matter so that the show doesn't lose like.
You're on
I
so many
respect-
levels of meta strategy now.
Yeah, I respect not having producer brain on like what's going to make this the best show or whatever.
Yeah, no,
but
I don't.
from a standpoint of wanting to win the game,
Yeah.
wouldn't you want to keep around the people that suck the most?
Right.
So,
Yes.
but
you
then,
want like the loud,
Yeah.
bad traitor
And then-
named
Yeah.
Faithful who's like screaming at somebody else at the round
and then in
table.
doing that, you also want to keep the person that is going to give you the best shot of catching the traitors.
Right.
So like it should be the mezzanine people that leave. And what I've seen so far is that it's like bottom of the barrel or top of the crop.
Yep, that's
Which
true.
is weird because it's like neither one of these people are a benefit for you to
Yeah.
eliminate.
But I
You
think
should
we're still
eliminate-
playing on like a basic-ish, sorry, like a more like
Don't apologize.
easy playing
The
field. where they're
socialites
just gonna
don't give a
go
shit.
For the big,
Them socialites don't
they
give a
ride the
fuck.
middle, like
Yeah.
like early Survivor, where you could just sit, you could wait and like do nothing until the merge, and then you could, you know what I mean. And now you can't do that anymore. But like because the game's gotten so
Wouldn't it be
complicated.
doper if on Survivor they changed the merge to the purge, and then it turned into that movie, and it also
We all
slash
just kill
Hunger
each
Games,
other?
where one person you're on the island
Hunger
already.
Games is based on Survivor.
Is it?
Yeah.
You guys kill each other or no?
Well, almost. We cushioned the blow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Survivor, in like 20, what's going to be 36, the merge becomes the purge, and it's just an all-out war.
I could
Interesting.
fuck
We'll
with that.
workshop that. Jeff, I'm not sure
Jeff,
I'm not sure Jeff would go for it, but we
Jeff,
could
any
pitch it to
ideas?
him.
A social game soliloquy by
Devin
Devin
Walker.
Walker.
We're so in sync.
People in red. God damn it, Joe. God damn it, Joe.
You're doing great, Joe. You've been such a great guest.
A social game. God damn it, Joe.
Okay, now sit down, Joe. It's okay, Joe.
A social game soliloquy by Devin Walker. People in red. People are fed. Not every person. Some people are hungry. Donate to them. Some people wear Yale sweatshirts. Some people have hair sweatshirts.
What is happening?
And some people wear necklaces. And some people have freckles. Thank you
Should
for
I help
listening.
him?
Thank you for
Is this funny or is it only funny for us?
It's ridiculous.
thank you for listening to the Social Game Podcast starring Devin Walker. And we'll see you next time.
Subscribe.
And for some reason, we're doing this.
Salute our troops.